2025 is becoming the most terrifying countdown for the US retail industry. It was open yesterday. It's permanently closed today. And tomorrow? It could be the brand you still visit every week. The once bustling shops now stand deserted, with dusty shopping carts, unmanned checkout counters, and vast parking lots containing only a few lonely cars. But this isn't just a story about business. This is the story of America, where every store that disappears is a job lost, a community weakened, a neighborhood that becomes emptier. So, what exactly happened to the shopping paradise that the whole world once admired? Is this a real crash, or just a prelude to something even colder? In this video, you'll discover the complete list of 15 chains that are plummeting, the real reasons behind the collapse, and what this signals for the future of Americans. Let's start with a seemingly harmless name that says so much about the soul of America: Joann. There's a number that sounds ordinary, but is enough to make an entire generation of boomers choke. 790 Joann stores. Almost the entire system disappeared after the second bankruptcy in 2025. 790. That means if you drive through 5 to 6 Midwestern states, you won't even find a familiar green fabric store anymore. An entire block of memories was brought down by the rolling shutter, in silence. What was Joann before? It's not just a place to buy fabric. That's where a father bought his first piece of felt to make a toy for his child. It's a place where a grandmother teaches her grandchild how to sew a button while sharing stories of her youth. It's a place where every piece of fabric has a small story. And yet, in a time when handmade is making a strong comeback, Joann, a symbol of creativity, is the first to fall. A rather bitter paradox. In your opinion, what is the real reason behind the collapse of Joann? Many people say Joann is not keeping up with the times, but deeper than that. Young people do love DIY, but they also love ordering materials online. Fast, cheap, available in all colors and sizes, and it only takes 2 clicks. And Joann is stuck in the old model. Large floor space, bulky merchandise, and heavy operating costs like the thickest denim rolls. Additionally, urban lifestyles are changing. People no longer wander among fabric shelves. They watch DIY clips online, then buy it right online. The creative cycle is now condensed into a phone. The impact is not difficult to see. Anyone who grew up with American craft culture will feel a real sense of loss. It's not because there's a lack of places to buy fabric. There are plenty online. But because of lack of space. A space for meeting, exchanging ideas, and sharing sewing tips, which society once considered a small matter, but turned out to be very important. Clearly, creativity in America hasn't disappeared. It's only delivered to your home within 2 days. Are we losing Joann because times are changing? Or is it because we've become so accustomed to convenience that we no longer want to step into the place that nurtures our imagination? What do you think? Did Joann disappear due to a system error or consumer behavior? Please leave a review, as everyone has their own story with this store. And if you think Joann is the saddest story of the year, just wait and see what happens to an empire that was once the pride of the entire United States, Macy's. If the collapse of Joann makes us miss a part of our family memories, then at Macy's, the feeling is completely different. It's like watching a skyscraper, retracting floor by floor. Slowly, quiet, but it hurts. In 2025, Macy's closed over 60 stores in a single wave. 60 names that were once printed on red and white gift bags are now on a list that's about to be empty. To put it into perspective, every week, a shopping mall somewhere turns off its lights for the last time. In my memory, Macy's used to be where my family bought our back-to-school outfits. It's the store where a father brings his son to choose a suit for graduation day. As a symbol, like the giant Christmas tree in Herald Square, every holiday season, a type of American civil ceremony. No one told me I had to go, but everyone has visited. And yet now, Macy's has shrunk like a wool sweater put in the dryer. It's not because they ran out of stock, but because they ran out of customers. Many people blame online. Yes, but not enough. Macy's is stuck in the department store model, something younger generations see as a museum piece. Rent costs are increasing. Mall foot traffic is down. Consumers are shifting to a buy-in, buy-out shopping style, without needing to browse 12 cosmetics counters or be surrounded by the scent of perfume wafting through the first floor. And then the biggest paradox, Macy's isn't that bad. It's just that the times are moving too fast. Things that were once experiences are now seen as inconveniences. Running between floors, time-consuming, waiting for staff to check the size. No need. Drive the car into the mall. Lose a click. Deliver tomorrow. The shopping malls that were once the heart of the community are now giant skeletons. When a Macy's store closes, it's not just a loss of a place to shop, but also a loss of weekend activities, a loss of a young couple's dating spot, and a loss of a gathering place for the baby boomer generation. Macy's Christmas tree is still lit. It's just a pity that the revenue can't be seen with the naked eye. Do you think Macy's failed because they were slow to change? Or is it because we live in an era that only cares about speed, leaving no room for experience? And if a luxury giant like Macy's has to retract, imagine what's happening to a chain that relies on low prices, but still can't withstand the 2025 storm. Let's delve into the story of Big Lots. If Macy's is the story of the slowdown of the wealthy, then Big Lots is the story of the common person, with no more cheap places to shop. And it sounds funny, but in the midst of prolonged inflation, a chain that specializes in low prices is the next one to fall. Indeed, America in 2025, where the absurd becomes commonplace. Big Lots sold over 480 store leases, which means hundreds of locations will have to close. To help you visualize, if you drive across Ohio or Pennsylvania, you'll see a Big Lots sign with the lights off every 20-30 minutes. The already sparse shopping areas are now even more desolate. So, what exactly happened to the American workers' paradise of cheap goods? Big Lots is where many families buy their first dining set, their first set of pots and pans, or holiday decorations for the price of just one fast food meal. It's a lifesaver for those on a tight budget who still want a tidy home, a kind of retail for survival. And yet, even the thin margin business model can't withstand it now. What is the root cause? It sounds simple, but it's painful. Big Lots sells cheap, but they sell bulky items: sofas, cabinets, furniture, seasonal goods, items that take up a lot of space, turn over slowly, and have heavy inventory, like the red wooden cabinet he regretted carrying into the house himself in 1998. Warehouse costs are increasing, shipping costs have increased, rental costs are increasing, and the customers, they switch to buying even cheaper. Dollar Tree, Temu, Shein, names that Big Lots couldn't compete with in speed or price. A cruel irony. To sell cheaply in the US now, you have to not have a store. The hardest hit group is the low-income class, who already rely on Big Lots to buy basic items. Losing Big Lots isn't just losing a place to buy cheap goods, it's losing a controlled, frugal way of life. Losing a small foothold in the battle against prices. Is the free market optimizing everything? Or is it strangling shops that cater to workers? Is there still room in America for discount stores? Or are there only two options left? Too expensive, or so cheap that no one knows where the product comes from? And if a discount chain like Big Lots can't survive, what will happen to the fashion industry, where speed and prices change every month? It's Forever 21's turn to enter the challenging game of 2025. If Big Lots is the downfall of the bargain seller, then Forever 21 is the downfall of the fast fashion seller. But more importantly, it fell not because it was going slow, but because others were running at an absurdly fast pace. In 2025, over 215 Forever 21 stores closed, marking the second restructuring in just a few years. 215, meaning that in many already empty shopping malls, as he passed the fashion section, he saw only one thing: dusty glass windows, lights off, and the everything must go sign hanging like a final farewell. In the memories of millions of Americans, Forever 21 once it's the place where 3 generations bought their first dresses to go to school dances. It's where teenage girls choose a $10 outfit that feels like $100. A casual and fun meeting spot, just like in America. And yet, by 2025, this brand withdrew from the market. Why? Because fast fashion has been replaced by faster fashion. To be fair, Forever 21 isn't weak at all. They only encountered opponents who operated on a logic that was almost unbelievable. Cheaper prices, more designs. The update speed is so fast that people jokingly call it fashion by heartbeat. And most importantly, no need for a mall. Something that's declining across the United States. When natural foot traffic disappeared, Forever 21 was like a party store. But the customers had gone elsewhere to places with louder music, brighter lights, and most importantly, much lower prices. It's not just Gen Z who are affected. Boomers and Gen X, who once took their daughters to choose prom dresses, are losing a small ritual of family youth. The mall was already quiet, and losing Forever 21 made it seem even more colorless. Turns out the name Forever 21 doesn't refer to age, but to the lifespan of the old model. Is this the failure of Forever 21? Or is it a sign that the fast fashion industry is entering a new era where speed is more important than brand? And if fashion, an industry known for its flexibility, can't keep up, then look at what's happening to an electronics giant, where the products are shiny, but the future is dim. Best Buy is waiting for us in the next section. After fashion, now it's technology's turn. And if Forever 21 went out of business because it was too slow, Best Buy struggled because customers came to the store just to look at the merchandise, then went home and placed their orders elsewhere. A seemingly small slip, but enough to shake the whole chain. In 2025, many Best Buy stores closed or reduced their size. They call it restructuring. People jokingly call it Amazon's free showroom. And if you've ever driven your child to see the new 65-inch TV, then gone back home to buy it online because it was $150 cheaper, then I understand where the problem lies. What was Best Buy once? Where Americans touch the future. First day seeing a flat-screen TV. At Best Buy. When did you buy your child's first game console? At Best Buy. It's a living technology museum, a meeting place for dads who love tinkering with electronics, and a place where every new product causes the whole store to gasp. But by 2025, technology won't be wowing us anymore. TV is too similar. This year's laptop isn't much different from previous years. Smartphones, as you know, increase in price every year, but innovation is hard to see with the naked eye. Deeper causes. It's not just because Amazon is strong, but because customer expectations are changing. They want lower prices, faster delivery, and more convenient returns. Best Buy, with its large floor space, numerous employees, and high costs, finds it difficult to compete on a fast and cheap model. And when the product no longer creates a sense of discovery, the physical store loses its final advantage. The American middle class, which once saw Best Buy as a place to upgrade the whole family, is now being pushed entirely online. Cannot be experienced directly. Do not ask the staff which model is suitable. All that's left is an endless product list and a few reviews. It's hard to tell if they're genuine or a joke. A light-hearted jab. At Best Buy, the only thing brighter than the TVs is the overhead lighting illuminating the rows of shelves that are gradually emptying. Can Best Buy survive as technology becomes increasingly similar and shopping habits move further away from physical stores? Or are we witnessing the end of the era of weekend electronics shopping? And if the tech industry, which is always innovating, is struggling like this, imagine what's happening in the pharmaceutical industry, where risks are high and profit margins are low. Now it's Walgreens and CVS's turn to take the stage in 2025. After electronics, fashion, and discounted goods, now it's pharmaceuticals. And you know, when even pharmacies, one of the most basic necessities, are struggling, something truly big is happening in the US retail market. From 2024 to 2026, many sources estimate that over 1,500 Walgreens and CVS stores are at risk of closing. 1,500. Enough to turn an entire suburb into a pharmaceutical desert, where the elderly have to drive to the next county just to get a prescription. What were Walgreens and CVS once in American life? It's the place he quickly stopped at 7 p.m. to buy cold medicine. This is where my wife stops to get vitamins for the whole family. It's where he buys last-minute gift cards when he forgets his grandson's birthday. A type of store that rotates through life, appearing on every street corner. And yet, in 2025, many of those stores began to turn on their lights for the last time. The underlying cause? It's not just because of declining revenue. There are two silent forces pushing pharmacies into a difficult position. One is the changing healthcare model. Customers are switching to telehealth, mail-order prescriptions, and home delivery of medications. Convenient, quick, less contact, but that also means fewer people will enter the store. Second, operating costs increase significantly. Pharmaceuticals inherently have low profit margins due to the complex insurance system. Just a slight decrease in customer traffic and the store couldn't cover its costs. Additionally, many city centers have deteriorated, making operations risky and less efficient than before. The heaviest burden is still on the elderly and middle-income families, those who rely on the local pharmacy for their regular medications. Not everyone wants to order medication online, and not everyone wants to wait 2 to 3 days for delivery when they need it urgently. A pharmacy doesn't just sell medicine, it sells peace of mind. Losing it, people lose another small support in a life that is already stressful enough. In the past, I went to Walgreens to buy medicine. Now he goes on the app, clicks once, and then sits and prays the package doesn't get sent to the wrong state. Is this a failure for pharmacies or a turning point for the entire healthcare system, where technology replaces all direct interactions? And if even pharmaceuticals, the most important thing, can't survive, just imagine what less essential industries are going through. Next up is Party City, where the lights are starting to dim on the American water party. After medicine, it was Joy's turn to face difficulties. And you know what? There's something a little bittersweet about a chain called Party City becoming a symbol of a time when America was a lot less fun. From 2024 to 2025, Party City is closing a series of stores across the United States. Not noisy, no trumpets. It was just one morning, customers arrived, saw the deflated balloons lying flat on the floor, and the store closing sign hanging limply like a belated farewell. What was Party City once? It's the place where he held his little child to choose blue balloons for their first birthday. It's where Americans buy fun hats for the office party. It's a place where every confetti packet and every happy birthday banner carries a little bit of family excitement. To be honest, no one goes to Party City to buy essentials. People come in because they want to refine their joy. That's also why its disappearance makes people even sadder. Deep cause. There are 3 cuts that make this chain wobble. 1. The culture of gathering changed after the pandemic. Many families are opting for small, intimate birthday gatherings or simply not celebrating as lavishly as before. High. Amazon and online platforms are taking over the home decor segment. The price is lower, choose colors faster, home delivery, and no one needs to go searching for the last bunch of balloons on the shelf during rush hour anymore. Dad, the operating costs are too high for a seasonal industry. Some months are busy, but other months are so quiet you can clearly hear the air conditioner. The impact is, how strange. A store that sells fun things leaves behind a sad emptiness. With the loss of Party City, many parents feel their children's birthdays are no longer as traditional as they used to be. Boomers look at the empty glass windows and say, there, a piece of American party culture, closed down. It seems the party didn't end because they ran out of balloons, but because everyone was busy finding cheaper fun online. Is this just a temporary contraction, or a sign that American-style parties are changing in ways we're not used to? Is it true that joy is now also delivered quickly within 2 days, instead of the whole family preparing together? And if even joy is shrinking, what happens to more serious things, like the stationery industry, which has been linked to the careers of generations of Americans? Office Depot and Staples are waiting for us in the next section. After the party at Party City ended, we entered another realm, the world of office supplies, once the stable domain of the American middle class. But by 2025, even the two names that once dominated every commercial district, Office Depot and Staples, began to retreat. Dozens of stores closed, many points of convergence. A quiet contraction, but one with very clear cultural significance. America has entered the age of paperlessness. What were Office Depot and Staples once? It's where he bought the cardboard boxes for printing during the back-to-school season. It's where office workers quickly stop by to buy paper clips before a meeting. It's a place where people who like to be organized, especially boomers and Gen X, can find a kingdom of pens, sticky notes, staples, enough to organize a whole lifetime. And yet, now the hallways that were once filled with A4 paper boxes and laser printers are empty. The store didn't disappear because it ran out of customers, but because customers switched to living in a new way. Deep cause? There are 3 forces that cause the stationery to fall from its safe position. 1. Remote work is becoming the new normal. No office, no printing needs, no purchase of printers, paper boxes, cartridges. Hi, businesses are shifting to online ordering. The B2B contracts that once sustained Office Depot and Staples are now being taken away by online platforms with just a few clicks. Dad, digital documents replace paper copies. Send emails instead of printing. Sign online instead of using a pen. Cloud storage instead of filing cabinets. It sounds simple, but for retail chains that rely on physical products, this is a blow to the very core of their business model. Impact? The most affected group is middle-aged and older people who still maintain the habit of printing, writing, and manually organizing documents. They not only lost a place to buy supplies, but also a sense of order, the kind of feeling a new pen or notebook still brings. A witty pickup line. In the old days, if you wanted to find order, you went to Staples. Now, if you want to find order, you have to accept using an app. Debatable question. Is this true progress, or are we sacrificing too much by moving everything to screens? Is convenience erasing the habits that help us feel more structured in life? And if the stationery industry, once incredibly stable, can't hold its ground, what happened to the retail icons that dominated for a century? We are about to delve into the story of Sears and Kmart, the ghosts of a golden era. If Office Depot and Staples signaled the end of the paper age, then Sears and Kmart served as a reminder that an entire American shopping culture can also disappear over time. And strangely, by 2025, the two brands that once dominated America will only have a few faint glimmers, like the last light bulbs before they go out completely. Sears was once the Amazon of the 20th century. I'm not exaggerating. They were the ones who invented ordering through catalogs and having it delivered to your home. A model that was too pioneering, to the point where they forgot to innovate when entering the digital age. What about Kmart? Once a competitor that made Walmart wary. It used to be the place where Americans bought everything from household goods and clothing to children's toys. But by 2025, both were almost on their last breath, waiting for the day. The shops are few and far between. The reputation only lives on in the memories of boomers. So, what happened? Times change, but they don't. Both businesses are stuck in the mindset that opening more stores is a win, while the market is shifting toward optimizing speed, technology, and data. What's the deeper cause? The slow pace of change is just the tip of the iceberg. The submerged part lies in excessive financial strategies. The focus is no longer on improving customer experience, but on optimizing assets, restructuring capital, and selling assets for survival. A lifestyle based on the past, scraping up every old brick instead of rebuilding a new foundation. And finally, as the e-commerce era rose, Sears and Kmart were like two old soldiers still trying to hold a paper map amidst a battlefield of drones. Boomers have lost an icon that was a part of their entire lives. Previous generations once saw Sears as a rite of passage, buying their first drill, their first refrigerator, their first work clothes. Kmart is associated with affordability, a place where anyone can buy what they need. Now, looking at those empty stores, one doesn't just see failed businesses, but an entire era of America coming to an end. In the old days, Sears brought the future right to your doorstep. Now the future brings Sears into the museum. Is this just the natural passing of old names? Or is it a warning that no one, not even a giant, can survive without being willing to change? So we've condensed nearly a century into a few dozen minutes, from Joann, Macy's, Big Lots, to Sears and Kmart, stores that were once the lifeblood of America. Overall, the retail collapse of 2025 isn't just about business. It tells about habits, memories, and cultural fragments that are being replaced by speed and convenience. But the ultimate question is still left for you to answer. Is this a real collapse? Or just the natural process of market regeneration? And in 10 years, how many stores will America still have for us to walk into, touch, and talk to real people? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next analyses. This video is for analysis and commentary purposes only, based on public information sources and reports from various parties, not intended to be an absolute affirmation or personal criticism, but merely to address the phenomenon, model, and socio-economic impact. Viewers should consider and make their own assessments. See you in the next video.